tonight's starting lineups. First for Grandview. Starting at guard, 6'2" junior from Marion, Iowa, number 0, Jackson Young. At the other guard, 6'5" senior from Parkville, Missouri, number 23, Connor Robertson. At forward, 6'4" junior from Douglas, Georgia, number 5, Patrick Morrell. At the other forward, 6'6" senior from Albany, Oregon, number 11, Aiden Foster. And at the other forward, 6'8" junior from Cedar Falls, Iowa, number 44, Joe Knudsen. Grandview is coached by Dennis Schaefer. And now the starting lineups for Indiana Wesleyan. Starting at guard, 6'3" junior from Columbus, Ohio, number 0, DJ Moore. At the other guard, 6'3" senior from Lee Summit, Missouri, number 21, Griffin Cleaver. At the other guard, 6'2" junior from Hartford City, Indiana, number 25, Luke Brown. At forward, a 6'8" senior from Sacramento, California, number 22, Dewan Pruitt. And at the other forward, 6'7" sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 35, Caveman Bontrager. Indiana Wesleyan is coached by Greg Tonical. Tonight's referees are David Highfield, Gregory Kulata, and Joe Townsend.
Well, welcome into the Cook Center. We're on the campus of Mid-America Nazarene University, and we're set for day number 2 of the Jeff Uphouse Memorial Classic. Both of these teams winners in their competitions last night. Indiana Wesleyan with a hard-fought win over your hosts, the Mid-America Nazarene Pioneers. And Indiana Wesleyan, the Wildcats, come in as the preseason number 3 ranked team in the country, and they've shown you why so far this year with a 4-0 record. And the Grandview Vikings, a team Heart of America folks familiar with, just from Des Moines, play in the HAC and have got off to a good start as well, 2-1 in league play, and came in last night, got an overtime victory over Missouri Baptist. The jump ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat basketball. And we'll see Luke Brown handle it up top. Brown with a big game last night against the Pioneers, 21 points. He's efficient from the floor. It's a Division I transfer. DJ Moore drives baseline. He was looking for Cleaver on a little hammer action to the baseline corner. Cleaver can really shoot it, and that's a familiar name to Pioneer fans. His older brother Preston played a couple years here in Pioneer uniform. From down the road in Lee Summit Christian. Brown, great look inside. The big fella, Cademan Bontrager, gets the scoring started. That's a nice assist from Luke Brown. Coach Greg Tonagol from Indiana Wesleyan. A lot of success there in Indiana. Talking multiple national championships, the top of the rankings nationally year in and year out, even from the jump from Division II to Division I, have not missed a beat. One of the most talented teams in the country every year, Indiana Wesleyan. I think DJ Moore got a piece of that ball. That shot clock's not going to reset. Give DJ Moore credit for a blocked shot. As Jackson Young got 2 feet in the paint, tried to get a little floater up, and I think Moore got a piece of it. Forces the shot clock violation, so good start for the Wildcats. Moore going to handle the point guard duties now. Pitch action to Cleaver. Empty step-up ball screen. Dewan Pruitt rolling into the post. And they're looking on a high-low to get it to him. Good help defense from the Vikings. Forces a skip pass. Cleaver on the extra. Into the paint. And some contact there, no whistle. Griffin Cleaver shot off the mark, but there's Bontrager to clean it up. And Cademan going to go to the line for 2. Bontrager, a 6'7" sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana, who's been an absolute force early in his sophomore campaign. Came off the bench last year for a really good Indiana Wesleyan team and has stepped into a bigger role. been the leading scorer and rebounder through the first 4 games. A bit of a quiet game last night, at least in the box score, as Cleaver and Brown did most of the scoring. But Bontrager has all 3 points here, just a minute and a half in to game number 3 of the Jeff Uphouse Classic. Young handles it out top. It's to the big fella Joe Knutson, top of the key. He fakes the handoff, now gets it out to Aiden Foster, who a little bit of 5 outlook here from Coach Dennis Schaefer's Vikings, even though they've got 2 bigs on the floor, or 2 guys 6'7" or taller anyway. Young spinning into the lane. That's a tough shot from the elbow. It's off the mark, but an offensive rebound from Patrick Worrell. 3 on the way from Foster, and it's just off the back rim. Rattles around. Knutson comes down with the O board. His putback attempt no good, and eventually DeJuan Pruitt's going to come away with it. Multiple chances that time for the Vikings. Couldn't convert. And right back to Bontrager go the Wildcats. He drops a pass off to a Cutting Moore. Just about turned it over, but he finds Luke Brown. That's not a guy you want to leave open. 3 rattles out. Here come the Vikings in transition. They've got numbers. 3 from the left wing rattles out from Connor Robertson. Robertson, relatively local guy, probably has some friends and family here, just from Park Hill, Missouri, about 30 minutes up the road. Bontrager going to get a touch in the paint once again. Just about every possession, Wildcats going inside. And Cademan's going to be fouled. I believe it's going to be on the floor. It'll be Knutson who picks up the personal. And it's not on the floor. He's going to go to the line for 2. And that's 2 personal fouls now on Joe Knutson, the 6'8" junior. Picks up 2 quick ones and going to have to head to the bench here just 2.5 minutes into the game. We'll see Matthew Bolt check in for the first time, a 6'6" sophomore. The Wildcats with a noticeable size advantage inside, and they've taken advantage early as every point from Bontrager, but every possession there's been a post touch. Young hands it off to Worrell, ball swinging around the perimeter. And puts it on the deck, a nice shot fake there from Bolt. He got Bontrager off his feet, but was off balance, couldn't get the layup to drop. And Brown and Cleaver just not on the same page, turn it over in transition. So Grandview's still looking to get on the board. Will have a chance to do so following the turnover from Brown. Jackson Young handled out top. Kind of a box set from Grandview. Horns look, and DJ Moore, great hands. And unfortunately, he's going to be whistled for the personal fouls. He made a great play deflecting that bounce pass in a high post entry, and then just a hustle play. You can live with those fouls as a coach. I know Coach Tonagel will not get on his case for that one. Diving on the floor, trying to get a loose ball, and just got into the legs of a Viking. So that's the first team foul on Indiana Wesleyan. 3 minutes into the game here. Box set, sideline out of bounds. Fake the handoff to Young. It's Foster directing traffic out top. He's shown the willingness to shoot the 3 already, but DeJuan Pruitt giving him a lot of space. Foster puts it on the deck, spins baseline, and he's fouled on the baseline drive by Pruitt. So 2 fouls on this possession now by the Wildcats, and 2 team fouls apiece. Young to inbound it on the baseline. Got it to Bolt cutting into the paint. He's one-on-one with Bontrager. Good defense inside by Cademan, forces the pickup. 10 on the shot clock now. Foster into the paint. Fadeaway jumper from 15 feet, and he gets the scoring started for the Vikings. And Coach Dennis Schaefer wants to talk things over, set his defense. So it's a 5-2 lead, Indiana Wesleyan, just about 3.5 minutes into the ball game. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Thanks for tuning in to MNUsports.com. Indiana Wesleyan basketball following the made bucket by Foster and the timeout from Coach Schaefer. And Grandview comes out, staying in the man-to-man defense. No adjustments to the naked eye anyway. No press, no zone. And it's an open three on the way from Luke Brown, and he knocks it down, picking up where he left off last night. That was a great cut from Isaac Andrews. Drew 2 Vikings, went with him to the rim, and that freed up Brown for the open look for 3. Excuse me, that was Marcus Ankeny, 30 in the white jerseys. Read it as 20. Marcus Ankeny and Peyton Bird, a freshman, into the ballgame for the first time for Indiana Wesleyan. Ankeny does pick up the personal, so Vikings inbound baseline underneath. Out to Patrick Worrell, goes right inside to Bolt, double team comes, kicks out to Worrell, his 3 on the way just off the front iron, and Foster had it for a moment, had it stripped away. Here come the Wildcats in transition, it's Brown. A Division I transfer, a nice crossover move into the paint, looking for Cademan Bontrager, and it was stolen away. Grandview 2-on-1 break. Foster takes it himself, he's got all 4 for Grandview. Cuts the lead in half. This crossover, step back move from Cleaver. He kicks it out to an open Ankeny for 3 off the mark, and there's Foster again for the board. Young to Robertson, now back to Foster out top. Side's cleared out, he's gonna go to work. Got a height advantage, and there goes Ankeny, picks it up from behind. He's gonna take it all the way to the rim, easy layup on the right side. Marcus Ankeny, couple of nice plays, fresh off the bench. Turning defense into offense that time. Wildcats lead at 10-4. Just under 15 to go here in the first half. Bolt top of the key. Dribble handoff to Worrell. He faked it, and Bolt's going to go all the way to the rim. Nice move from Matthew Bolt, the sophomore. His first basket of the ball game. Make it a 10-6 game. Brown off the high ball screen. Kicks, open corner 3. Hits the back rim and gets the friendly roll. Does Peyton Bird. The freshman knocks down the 3. The assist from Luke Brown. An efficient offense from the Wildcats. They're getting good looks every time down when they don't turn it over. Here they come in transition. It's Brown. Stops. Thought about the 3. Gave it back to Griffin Cleaver. Cleaver draws 2. Vikings able to recover. Want to go to Bontrager inside. He had a height mismatch anyway, but couldn't get it to him. And Peyton Bird draws a foul. It'll be the 4th team foul on the Vikings, and we've hit our under 15 media timeout, so we'll take a break. It's the Indiana Wesleyan, the number 3 ranked Wildcats, 13, Grandview Vikings 6. It is Indiana Wesleyan basketball, baseline underneath, 20 on the shot clock. Coming out of the media timeout, and Pruitt, zoom action for Luke Brown. Comes off the ball screen, skips it back to Bird. He drives baseline, another skip pass. Good ball movement from the Wildcats. Jackson Young got a hand on that extra pass, disrupted what would have been an open 3. Good deflection, good defensive play from Young. An offensive rebound, steals another possession from Indiana Wesleyan. Brown likes that left to right crossover. It's going to be Pruitt for 3. Hadn't seen him on the perimeter a ton, but took a 3 from the top of the key that didn't go. And Worrell sets the offense now for Grandview. Comes a high ball screen. Worrell, left-hand drive, gets it into the paint, kicks. Shot fake all the way to the rim and gets the layup to go, does Matthew Bolt. He's got back-to-back Grandview buckets. The Vikings hanging tough, staying within 5. One big on the floor now for Indiana Wesleyan, so they've kind of gone away from that high-low look. It's just more spread pick and roll, 4 guards in the corners. It's Bontrager on the bench. It's Pruitt setting that high ball screen and rolling to the rim. Foul on Foster that time, his first. Zoom action again. That's a pin down into the dribble handoff or ball screen. And a pull-up jumper off the mark from Andrews. Vikings coming up with a couple of stops now. Puts it on the deck, gets all the way to the rim, does James Ogrindink, but had his shot erased. Good defense inside from Wesleyan, and there's Luke Brown, the transition 3. Stops and pops, knocks it down, his second triple of the game. It's a 16-8 lead now for the Wildcats. Bolt, zoom action from the Vikings this time. Pinned down DHO and looking to post Bolt inside. He had a height advantage. Couldn't get it to him. The bounce pass goes out of bounds on the baseline. DJ Moore back in for Indiana Wesleyan. That 4-out, 1-in look, go inside to Pruitt. He was one-on-one with Bolt, and Bolt picks up the foul. Just that arm bar in the back that time. And that's his second personal, so now 2 frontline players for Coach Schaefer's Vikings with 2 personal fouls here, not even halfway through the first half. That's something to keep an eye on, the physicality of Indiana Wesleyan causing problems in the foul column right now for Grandview. They go right back inside to Pruitt. A double team comes, but too late, and DeJuan Pruitt just up and over the top for the easy 2. His first basket of the ball game, and the lead stretches to 10. Young, nice crossover, then lost it for a moment. Bolt takes a 3 over Pruitt from the right slot. It's too strong. Isaac Andrews there to bring it in, the freshman. A couple of nice defensive plays now as Moore goes drive and kick, and he throws it out of bounds. Last touch by the Wildcats. Grandview will take over possession. Going to get this game back into single digits. And Grandview off to a 2-1 start early in this 24-25 season. Indiana Wesleyan 4-0. Strong drive that time inside by Patrick Worrell. He was trying to skip that ball to the corner, and it's deflected out of bounds. We see Gavin Strand for the first time now for Grandview. The Wildcats back to their 2 big look, their starting bigs with Pruitt and Bontrager. See if their offense changes. They go back to more of that high-low, old Bill Self type offense. They find Bontrager all alone, and he's going to throw one down. Bontrager now with 7. The last 2 with authority. A couple of Wildcats bit on the pass fake, and Ofek Circus found himself all alone at 15 feet, but couldn't get the pull-up jumper to go down. Moore looking to go inside right away to Bontrager. Double team comes, kicks it right back to DJ Moore. His 3's off the mark, but there's DeJuan Pruitt. Size once again causing problems. But Pruitt couldn't get the putback to go. Vikings had numbers for a moment. Couldn't capitalize in transition. Go back inside to Circus. It's a nice shot fake, and he kicks a wide open 3 from the top of the key off the mark. And a long rebound eventually tracked down by Bontrager. Moore right back inside. Cademan right through the teeth of the Viking defense for the easy deuce. He's got 9, and we're just 10 minutes into the ballgame. Wildcats continue to go inside just about every possession. If it's not a Luke Brown 3 in transition, they are getting a post touch every time down. And it's been efficient offense. Brown, good ball pressure out top, forces the pickup. He's got his hands on a couple of basketballs defensively now. A little turnaround fadeaway goes down from Ofek Circus. His first bucket of the game. We've got a whole new group on the floor for Grandview now. No starters out there. Man, pretty pass. DJ Moore drops one off for DeJuan Pruitt for the dunk. Give Pruitt credit. Right place, right time, but DJ Moore, what a play. Got a nice mix on this Indiana Wesleyan team of upperclassmen that have played a lot of basketball and some freshmen and sophomores that are contributing early. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with come tournament time. As Circus knocks down a 3, he's got back-to-back buckets now. Pruitt looking to go inside to Bontrager. Couldn't, had to swing it to the top of the key. Now they do get Cademan a touch. No, it's knocked away. It's good defense inside from Ogrindink. Long 3, left it way short. Offensive rebound is tracked down, and Pruitt takes a 3. He's 0 for 2 from out there, but shot looks good. He looks comfortable from the three-point line. I'm going to have to find his stats from a year ago and see how many threes he's taken, but taken 2 already here tonight. And they're going to whistle Isaac Andrews for the personal foul. So we'll come back from the under 10 timeout. The Vikings will be at the line shooting 2. Chance to get this game back into single digits against the number 3 ranked team in the country. Indiana Wesleyan has a 24-13 lead, 8:25 to go in the first half. You are watching the Jeff Uphouse Memorial Classic. Thanks for tuning in on MNUsports.com. It'll be Jackson Green at the free throw line, a 6'3" freshman looking to get on the scoreboard. We break the under 10 timeout. Grandview with a chance to make this a single-digit game once more. It's been a quick-paced first half. If not for the new rule of media timeouts at each 5-minute intersection, this game might be at halftime already. Neither team in the bonus. Not a lot of whistles. I think just one timeout, a 30-second timeout called by Coach Schaefer and the Vikings. As Green gets both free throws to go down. We'll see Jonah Leafker check in for Grandview. Vikings have used a deep bench already here, 12 minutes in, seen a lot of bodies in and out. Brown off the handoff. Jackson Young stays with him. He'll switch on to Cleaver out top. Good ball pressure. Moore puts it on the deck. Swings to Andrews. Back to DJ Moore. And Cleaver with the shot fake. Into the paint. Nice step through. And he just couldn't get the layup to go. Great move from Cleaver. And somehow he got that ball back. An offensive rebound. Steals an extra possession. But Grandview playing the passing lanes. There's that freshman once again. Jackson Green got his hands on it and just about had a breakaway lost it out of bounds on the sideline. So Indiana Wesleyan will keep possession, just 13 on the shot clock. Be Brown, gets a high ball screen from Bontrager. Working left to right, pull-up jumper from 18 feet goes down. Luke Brown is a smooth operator with the basketball. He's got 8. It's a 26-15 lead for Indiana Wesleyan. And Brown just a junior, so that's good news for Wildcat fans. Maybe not great news for the rest of the Crossroads League. That's one of the best leagues in the country every single year. It's a strong move inside from Jonah Leifker. Takes advantage of his post touch and spins baseline. He's going to earn himself a trip to the line. Leifker left it short, front rim. The foul was on Bontrager, just his first. 5 team fouls apiece now. Leifker splits the pair, so back to a 10-point lead for Indiana Wesleyan, and Kleber brings it across. Andrews all the way to the paint, shot fakes, trying to draw the foul, none called, and good defense that time, I'd say, from Aiden Foster. Stayed vertical, didn't bite on the shot fake, forced the miss, and now Foster trying to go inside. There's a steal from Kleber, and Griffin brings it coast to coast. The shot, he just about had a highlight. Instead, he's going to turn it over. Wanted to get the pass fake out to the corner that time, get a little Euro step, and the defender bit on it. Griffin just couldn't keep the handle on the ball that time. A couple of turnovers now from him. Uncharacteristic, a really efficient player. Shoots it well, plays a lot of minutes for a really good team for 4 straight years. Knows exactly what Coach Tonagel wants done on the floor. That's a strong take from Aiden Foster. He's going to go to the line for 2. Kleber picks up the personal, just his first. 6th team foul for Indiana Wesleyan. So Vikings will shoot free throws for the final 6:40 of this first half. And Foster's first rattles around, does not go. Peyton Bird back in for Indiana Wesleyan. Foster goes 1 for 2. He's got 5 now for Grandview. Had the first 4, I believe. It's 26-17 lead. 6.5 to go first half. Brown back to Kleber on the ball screen, working left to right. Hits Luke Brown on the shake, and he gets into the paint. He thought about dropping one off inside. It was stolen away. Good help side defense from the Vikings, and a wild attempt in transition, but Foster there to clean it up. Took it off the glass, laid it in. Vikings now within 7. Turnovers have become an issue here late in the first half for Indiana Wesleyan. They were so efficient early. Brown goes right inside to Bontrager. He spins baseline and had it blocked away from behind, but a foul, and Cademan going to go to the line for 2. That foul's on Leifker. Wildcat Bigs continue to draw whistles inside, both Pruitt and Bontrager. They may be responsible for all 6 personal fouls on Grandview. Just their presence inside alone. The big sophomore will have 1 more. Gets the second one to go down. He's the first player in double figures. He's got 10 first half points. Pro cut, Foster up top. A 4 out, 1 in, kind of dribble drive motion look from Grandview now. Leifker roaming the baseline. Foster spins, drops one off, great cut. Excellent pass from Foster and a great cut from Jackson Young. His first 2 of the ball game on the back door, and it's a 6-point game now. Grandview stringing some stops together. It's a brand new ball game. Brown gets the high ball screen, working right to left this time, all the way to the paint. Had it poked away, and he's going to going to go to the line for a 1-1, I believe. They're going to get Jackson Young for the reach-in. Just his first personal. 7th team foul on Grandview, so 1-1 for Luke Brown. I haven't seen the shooting statistics for the college career of Luke Brown, but I would be willing to bet he's an excellent free throw shooter. There's the old commentator's curse. Beautiful stroke, doesn't get the free throw to go down. So counted as another stop for Grandview. They've strung a few in a row together. Green, 3 on the way off the dribble handoff, no good. Liefker there fighting for the offensive rebound. Now Foster out top, fakes the handoff, drives baseline. Got it to Liefker, shaked up, and his shot blocked away by Bird. Good defense by the freshman. Showing some rim protection. Here comes Brown in transition. Andrews, 3 from right in front of the Grandview bench, no good. Freshman Jackson Green with another rebound. Young to Worrell, 3 from the left wing. He was open, had a clean look at it, couldn't draw iron. And that'll take us to the under 5 media timeout. So a blistering pace early has come to a screeching halt. And what was once a double-figure lead is down to 6. Indiana Wesleyan 27, Grandview 21. Here in game number 3 of the Jeff Uphouse Memorial Classic. You're watching MUSports.com and MU Sports on YouTube. Wildcat basketball after the break. 6-point lead. Looking for Cleaver going back door. Instead, it's DJ Moore on the drive. Andrews shot fakes into the paint. Excuse me, that's Jackson Gold, number 10 in the white jerseys, not Andrews. 20s and 10s mixed up from up here today, but 10, 20 in, 30 all on the floor. Wildcats switching the ball screen out top, and here's a stop and pop jumper that goes down from Aiden Foster. He's shown some versatility offensively tonight. Scored in the post, put it on the floor, made some plays with the pass. 4-point game. Pruitt goes inside, and he's fouled. Liefker going to pick up his second. And I think every front court player now for Grandview with 2 personal fouls. Certainly Knutson, Liefker, and Bolt, I know for sure, have 2. I'll leave Foster out of that. He's played some guard, but really, he stands 6'7". We'll give him a front court designation. He's not in foul trouble. Under 4 to go. It's a 4-point game now as Wildcats come up empty at the line once again. That's twice they've missed the front end of a 1-and-1. Almost like a turnover. Certainly counts as a stop. Foster, one-on-one, and had his pocket picked by Griffin Cleaver. Official's going to call him for a reach-in. Thought it was illegal. It looked clean from up here. And that's the second personal on Griffin. So Foster heads to the free throw line. The chance to add to his big first half. Getting double figures here. He's got 9 as it stands. Can make this a one-possession ball game. So Cleaver will head to the bench with those 2 fouls. And Foster can't capitalize on the front end of the 1-and-1. Been a story from both teams so far. Moore gets a ball screen from Pruitt. Little hesitation all the way to the cup. Skip pass. Brown couldn't catch it cleanly. Going to swing it out to the right wing for a three. That's nothing but the bottom of the net from Isaac Andrews. Nice extra pass from Brown. And the lid on the basket has been broken off. Wildcats on a scoring drought for several minutes. And the freshman breaks the seal. Green, high up top, going to take a three over the top of Andrews. No good. Here come the Wildcats in transition. Moore crosses over all the way to the cup. Lefty layup goes in. Pretty move in transition from DJ Moore. First basket of the game for the junior point guard out of Columbus, Ohio. Young probing, resets. Going to get a high ball screen now from Foster. Spins, kicks. Green another three. This one from the left wing, and it goes in. Jackson Green shooting with some confidence. Hits a three. Cuts the lead back down to a two-possession game, but before you can blink, DJ Moore is laying it in on the other end. Back-to-back buckets at the rim for Moore. He pressures the ball out top. Young, blow by all the way to the cup. Jackson Young going to go to the free throw line for two. That's a strong take. And Moore picks up his second personal. Both teams now with 8 team fouls. Young will shoot two. Gets the first to roll. And make sure you stick around in between games for a special presentation of the Jeff Uphouse Memorial Scholarship Award, given to the Pioneer men's basketball team member who demonstrates leadership and character qualities that most embody who Jeff Uphouse was on and off the court. It's a special yearly tradition going on for a long time. Give out a scholarship Pioneer basketball player in remembrance of Jeff, so you should stick around for that. Wildcats go inside. Pruitt, strong take. Just puts it on the deck and powers through the Viking defense. Puts it up and in. He's got 6 first half points. It's a little in and out dribble for Young. He gets all the way to the cup. Couldn't get the layup to go. Too strong off the glass. Here comes Luke Brown. Uses a ball screen, gets inside, drops it off to Pruitt. Pruitt, skip. Good defense. Jackson Young able to recover on that long closeout. There's DJ Moore again, all the way to the rim, and the lefty finish not there. Vikings come up with a stop. It's Circus bringing it across. No, 5 outlook offensively for Grandview. Dribble handoff. Green turns the corner all the way to the rim, and the scoop layup goes in. Jackson Green having a first half off the bench. Been a spark offensively. 36-30 is your score under a minute to go. It'll be a 2-for-1 situation here for Indiana Wesleyan, potentially. It's Marcus Ankeny, dropped it off to Pruitt, missed it, got his own rebound, and he powers up through 2 Vikings, gets it to go and one. DeJuan Pruitt, strong inside off the O board. That lead stretches to 8. Coach Tonagle going to play a little offense-defense subs here and protect DJ Moore from picking up a 3rd foul. Would assume that was the reasoning anyway, but Bird hops in along with, I believe, Isaac Andrews for the Wildcats for what should be their final defensive possession here with a 9-point lead as Pruitt gets the free throw to go. Young up top, guarded by Ankeny. Vikings have 4 flat across the baseline. And here comes a double drag screen. Young uses it, puts it behind the back, spins into the lane, gets the floater to go down. That is a tough basket from Jackson Young. 5 seconds remaining in the half. Brown crosses over on the deck, pull up, 3-ball, left it just short. So we'll go into halftime with the Indiana Wesleyan 7-point lead. It's 39-32. the number 3 ranked team in the country, looking to stay unbeaten, but have their hands full here with an impressive first half from the Vikings. So 7-point lead from Indiana Wesleyan. We'll be back in about 15 minutes, bring you first half stats and the second half of action here in the Cook Center on the campus of Mid-American Nazarene University. You're watching the Jeff Uphouse Memorial Classic.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
welcome back into the Cook Center here on the campus of Mid-America Nazarene University. You're watching the third game of the Jeff Uphouse Memorial Classic. Both these teams winners last night. Grandview in overtime over Missouri Baptist, who will play your host, the Pioneers, following this game. And Indiana Wesleyan, the number 3 ranked team in the country, off to a 4-0 start in a win last night over the Pioneers in a hard-fought game. Really one of the few times Indiana Wesleyan's been tested, as they had a 40-point win in their one prior to that. So second half started here. It was all Indiana Wesleyan early. The Vikings battled back. Got some production off the bench, had some really good defensive stretches. Come up empty here on the opening possession of half number 2, and Luke Brown brings it across for Indiana Wesleyan. And DJ Moore right into the paint. Little fall-away jumper goes down. He's got 6. Had back-to-back buckets there at the end of the first half to spark some things in the run from the Vikings, and he starts the second half with a bucket. Ball was deflected. Eventually, Connor Robertson able to pick it up. Good defense, though, by Luke Brown. Young, man, he's got a quick first step. Jackson Young all the way to the rim, going to go to the line for 2. But DJ Moore is a heck of a defender. And Jackson Young has gone right by him a couple of times now, and Moore's just picked up his 3rd personal foul. So you need to keep your eye on there. I think he's the first guy on either team with 3 personals. As we didn't see much of starting big fella Joe Knutson from the Vikings. He picked up 2 quick fouls. Had to sit the remainder of the first half. He's got a unenviable task of having to guard Caden Bontrager inside. And Bontrager and Pruitt, so physical, picked up a lot of fouls on the Pioneers early. Or excuse me, on the Vikings early. Young gets the free throw to go down. It's a 41-34 lead for Indiana Wesleyan. Moore directing traffic, crosses midcourt. I love what Coach Tonigal is doing. You'll see a lot of coaches, the guy picks up their 3rd foul, just immediately send someone in for him. He's going to trust his junior guard, DJ Moore, to stay in there, and he's rewarded for it as Moore, with the blow-by, gets all the way to the rim on that left side, and he's fouled. You get 5 fouls, you might as well use them. So more and more you're seeing some really, really good coaches go away from automatically taking guys out when they pick up their 2nd in the first half or their 3rd early in the second, and Coach Tonigal apparently of that school of thought, which I personally appreciate. Not that he needs my stamp of approval. We're talking about a multiple-time national champion head coach, so does a heck of a job. And DJ Moore, 2 for 2 at the line. Young across the timeline to Foster. He gets a ball screen, drives all the way to the rim, kicks, corner 3 on the way from the point guard, and Jackson Young left it way short. Young's so good off the bounce, hasn't looked as comfortable shooting it from the perimeter so far. Beautiful 2-man game, the empty side pick and roll. Luke Brown with the assist, drops it off to Cademan Bontrager for the slam, and Bontrager's 2nd dunk of the game, he leads all scorers with 12. Then he comes up with a steal on the other end. Here comes Brown once again. Pretty pass inside, Moore fouled again, and DJ Moore going to go to the line for 2. Luke Brown showing a little bit of everything offensively. Puts it on the deck, has got inside, has hit a couple of 3s from deep, and has made plays off the dribble, finding teammates. Won't get an assist for this one as DJ Moore is going to be at the line, but he should. It's a heck of a player in the backcourt, 25 in the white jerseys. Moore 2 for 2 at the line, and he went from scoreless relatively late in the first half to double figures 2 minutes into the second. He's got 10, and it's a 13-point lead now for Wesleyan. Foster gets a screen from Knutson, puts it on the deck, drops one off for a backdoor cutting Jackson Young, who found Knutson at the 3 line, and he missed the corner 3. Wildcats want to run. Brown to Moore. Pretty move, the hesitation, the crossover. DJ Moore gets all the way to the rim, and he's fouled again. Keeping DJ Moore out of the paint has been a problem as of late. That's the 3rd personal and 3rd team foul on the Vikings, 3rd personal on Aiden Foster. Little empty side step-up screen from Bontrager. Brown, step back, gets to Cleaver. Griffin puts it on the deck. Shot fakes twice. The step through had his shot blocked, and Vikings come up with a stop. It's a 2-on-1 break. Foster going to take it himself and has his shot erased by Bontrager. That's a heck of a block shot from the sophomore. Unbelievable rim protection from Cademan Bontrager. And here he comes, second wave in transition. Sidesteps Knutson, and he's going to go to the line for two. Joe Knutson going to pick up the foul. That's his third. Excuse me, that is his fourth. And you feel bad for the junior Knutson, who really, you can't say he's played poorly. He hasn't had a chance to be on the floor long enough. He's a starter and a good player for the Vikings. Has played maybe 5 minutes in this game, and he's going to head back to the bench because he's got those 4 personal fouls. Bontrager misses the second. Here comes Jackson Young the other way. Young on the over, backdoor cut. Here comes some zoom action. Off the dribble handoff, all the way into the paint goes Connor Robertson. Kicks, now Foster drives left side. Had his shot blocked by DeJuan Pruitt. And the size inside from the Wildcats continuing to cause problems. Ooh, and Coach Tonagle's staff not gonna like that with just 1 on the shot clock. A personal foul on DJ Moore. And Moore does pick up his 4th. And so big loss, obviously, as Moore will be on the bench with 4 personal fouls. But also just bails out the Vikings, who had nothing going on that possession. 1 second on the shot clock, and now they've got a fresh 20 and a new possession baseline underneath. One-on-one in the post. Bontrager going to be whistled for the foul. Too physical inside. It was James Ogredink draws the foul. Sure, I'm butchering that name, but giving it my best shot. Foster goes up and over and lays it in on the out-of-bounds play. Aiden Foster with a nice basket. He's in double figures now with 11. Leads Grandview in scoring. Nice backdoor cut inside. Bird kicks to an open Griffin Cleaver, whose 3 rattles out. Foster comes away with the rebound. He's going to take it himself. Coast to coast into the lane, stripped. Great play defensively by Marcus Ankeny. Ankeny, a sophomore guard off the bench, strips it away in transition and picks up the foul on Foster. Now Ankeny going to be tasked with the point guard duties, as they're going to send Luke Brown to the corner. It's a horn set, or maybe a drag set here. High top of the key, dribble handoff to Cleaver. Little shuffle single. They go inside to Cademan Bontrager off the shuffle, and he misses the layup. Cleaver was in there looking for the offensive board, but Vikings came away with it. Young into the paint, kicks. 3 on the way from the corner, and it's off the mark. Wildcats want to run. They've got numbers. Nice move from Luke Brown, the no-look feed. And there's Ankeny, his 3 left short. Young, the rebound. Vikings want to run. Secondary break. Nice job that time by the Vikings in transition as Patrick Worrell cuts down the lane, receives the nice feed inside for his first bucket. Cuts the lead back into single digits. Cleaver left all alone on the broken play. 3 left it short. Griffin Cleaver still scoreless. Had 21 points last night against the Pioneers, playing really in his hometown. He's had such a standout career for the Wildcats. Just hasn't got it going yet here tonight. As Jackson Green will check back in for Grandview. Green had a really nice first half off the bench for the Vikings, the freshman, along with Ofex Circus back into the ballgame. Isaac Andrews back in for Indiana Wesleyan. 7-point game now. High ball screen comes from Bontrager. Brown probes. Step back from the elbow and 15-foot jumper way off the mark. Brown thought he was fouled. Maybe got hit on the elbow as he shot it there, but Cademan Bontrager cleans it up. Offensive rebound in the putback. Worrell probes into the paint all the way to the rim, fouled. Patrick Worrell going to go to the line for two. Could have been two different Vikings. We'll see who they called for it. I think it's going to be on Isaac Andrews. It is his second. So we've hit the under 15 media timeout. It is a 49-40 lead, Indiana Wesleyan. But the Vikings will be at the line for two when we come back from the break. Make sure you stick around between games for a special presentation of the Jeff Uphouse Memorial Scholarship Award. The winner goes to a Pioneer basketball team member who has demonstrated the leadership and character qualities that most embody who Jeff Uphouse was, both on and off the court. Stick around for that. We'll be back in 30 seconds. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Worrell's first of two goes down. It's an 8-point game now. And you got to give credit to Grandview for the fight that they've shown in both halves. Indiana Wesleyan came out of the gates firing, and this game could have got away from the Vikings, and it has not. It is a 7-point game. They have battled every step of the way. We're talking about the number 3 ranked team in the country. A lot of talent in the white jerseys. Brown, little step-up screen, kicks, top of the key three on the way from Isaac Andrews off the mark. Circuit the rebound, and he got hit in the face. And officials are going to go check the monitor. I don't think they saw the foul occur live, and they might just be checking to make sure there's no injury. And Circus seems to be okay, so play on. Vikings come up with a stop. Young handles out top. Little weave action to Green. Going to get it back to Young. And it's an isolation. Young all the way to the rim, right-hand drive, and he's fouled. They cleared out that side, had a double, maybe a triple gap for Jackson Young to drive to that right hand, and he got all the way to the cup. And he's going to go to the line for two more. Good execution from Grandview that time. Get it into the hands of your lightning-quick point guard and get him downhill. And we'll see. Well, I'm not sure. I thought that DJ Moore was checking back into the game, and he's actually just playing the role of coach on the floor right now as he's talking to Marcus Ankeny on the sideline, giving him some direction. Young gets the free throw to go down, so it's a two-possession game now. Jackson Young with 9 points. 14 minutes to go in the ballgame. Brown off the toss game, gets a screen, driving left to right. Now gets it back out top. Bird. Now Andrews gets a ball screen. Looking to go to Bontrager inside, he's fouled. It's just wrapped up by Circus. Can't fault him as Circus just battling. Significant size advantage for Bontrager. Dribble handoff to Cleaver. He swings, and we're going to have a foul on Jackson Young. His second. We'll reset the possession, 20 on the shot clock, and Wildcats will inbound on the baseline. Cleaver goes high post to Pruitt. Young, skip to Bird. Good ball movement from the Wildcats, but shell defense and the help side defense sitting right there in the passing lane. That's Circus with the steal. Grandview turning defense into offense. A transition three goes down for Jackson Green. Been impressed with the freshman, Jackson Green. He's got 10 points off the bench, and we have a 3-point ball game. Backdoor cut, Cleaver corrals it, kicks it out, gets it right back on the right wing. Wanted to go inside to Pruitt, couldn't get it to him. Good possession again from the Wildcats. Ball moved all around, but it ends with a blocked shot from Matthew Bolt and last touched by Indiana Wesleyan. So the Vikings come up with yet another stop and a chance to tie this game. It is a one-possession game in the Cook Center. Indiana Wesleyan 49, Grandview 46. Timeout Wildcats. So Jackson Young will bring it across for Grandview. Guarded up top by Ankeny. One possession game now. Circus looking for a backdoor cut. Was not there. Good defense by Griffin Cleaver. Blew it up. And Pruitt going to be whistled for the foul. Just too much contact on the drive from Circus. DeJuan Pruitt picks up his second. Contrast from the first half, both teams in the bonus now for the final 13 minutes of this one. Been a lot more whistles here in half number 2. It's Patrick Worrell working, swings. Circus puts it on the deck. Fakes the spin, kept it on the left side, little short corner jumper, doesn't go down. That's a big-time offensive rebound by Bolt, and his step-through doesn't go. Pruitt cleans it up this time. Here come Indiana Wesleyan. It's Cleaver, pushes across midcourt. Gets the drag screen in transition from Pruitt, keeps it moving. They want to go inside to DeJuan. Can't get it to him. A flash high post from Bird. Now they go inside out. Kick for 3 right in front of the Wildcat bench. Doesn't go down, but he's hammered. Isaac Andrews on the catch and shoot 3 was tackled into the Wildcat bench, and he's going to have 3 free throws. Circus picks up his third personal.
Isaac Andrews at the line will be shooting 3. Checking back in for the Wildcats, Luke Brown.
Luke Brown checks right back in for Indiana Wesleyan. There'll be one more free throw on the way from Isaac Andrews, and it's up and good. 5 points now for the freshman. Young to Worrell up top. WHO. Back to Young. He gets into the paint, turns, step through. Wild shot with the left hand, doesn't go down. Pruitt cleans it up. It's Cleaver for the Wildcats. Had his pocket picked on the crossover. Young corrals it all the way back near his own rim, and he dribbles it out for a three from the corner. He shoots it with so much confidence. That one doesn't go down. I don't know if that's the shot selection Coach Schaefer wants in that scenario, but this kid plays with a ton of confidence, and you don't want to take that from him. 10 points here against the top 3 Wildcat club. Pretty good start to your freshman campaign. Cleaver, 3 on the way from the left wing, and still can't find the range. Griffin Cleaver has another clean look that just rattles out. Foul is going to be on Marcus Ankeny on the loose ball foul.
That's his third. 7th. Back into Wildcats, 35.
Cademan Bontrager back in. Had just a monster first half. Has been a little bit quieter here in the second, but has spent some time on the bench. And we'll see DJ Moore once again. He's got the 4 personal fouls. This Wildcat team noticeably different offensively without him running the show. He's getting to the paint just about any time he wants. But it's 4 starters on the floor now for Indiana Wesleyan. And Cleaver grabs the defensive rebound off the missed free throw. Moore pushes the pace. Flips it back to Cleaver. Andrews on the deck, drives in, kicks. Cleaver fakes the pass, finds an open Moore. Good pass in transition. That time Moore, no 3. Couldn't find the range. Cleaver battling for the offensive rebound. He's on it, and they're going to get a tie-up. Not sure if Indiana Wesleyan was calling for a timeout, but they'll keep possession anyway. So a hustle play rewarded with Wildcats keep the basketball, but just 18 on the shot clock. Cleaning up the wet spot there after the hustle play. It'll be DJ Moore to inbound. It's a 1-4 flat set. Little screen inside. Bontrager to the rim for the easy 2. That's too easy on the baseline out of bounds, but good execution from Indiana Wesleyan. 16 points now for the big fella, Cademan Bontrager. Spread ball screen for Young. Gets into the lane, but Moore cuts him off. Green puts it on the deck. Short corner jumper goes off the side of the backboard, and Cleaver going to set the offense for Indiana Wesleyan. Refuses the screen, drives in, resets to Brown. Spread, pick and roll, good defense by the Vikings. Didn't allow him to use the screen, doesn't matter. Luke Brown just rises up and knocks down a triple over the outstretched arms of the defender. He's in double figures with 11. Pushes the lead back to double figures now, 56-46. Worrell inside. Little bounce pass, short corner jumper. Nothing there, and there's Cleaver with another defensive rebound. We've been saying that over and over here in the second half. Bontrager, one-on-one in the post. No double team this time, and he goes up and over Matthew Bolt, and he's going to go to the line for 2 as Bolt picks up the foul. And we'll take a timeout at the under 10 media. It's a 10-point lead for the Wildcats, 56-46. You're watching the Jeff Uphouse Memorial Classic on MNUsports.com and MNU Sports on YouTube. effectively begin the fourth quarter of action with Cademan Bontrager at the free throw line, and he continues to lead all scorers. That foul shot gives him 17 here on the night. Make it 18, and he stretches the Wildcat lead to 12. It's Gavin Strand running the point guard duties at the moment for Grandview. Jackson Young on the bench. Got to imagine that stint will be short-lived. Circus, wheeling and dealing inside, kept the pivot foot down. It's back to Strand. Circus sidesteps into the paint, kicks, extra pass, wide open, three on the way for Matthew Bolt, and it rattles out. Vikings battle for the offensive rebound. Robertson comes away with it in traffic. Extra possession. Strand one-on-one on the wing. Now Robertson off the curl, into the paint. Cleaver, good defense. That is a tough shot. Connor Robertson had nowhere to go and just hits a contested fadeaway over the top. His first bucket of the game. Brown kicks to Cleaver. Inside to Bontrager, one-on-one in the post. Here comes the double team, and Bontrager powers right through it to the rim for two. Bontrager now with 20 points. Continues to be a force inside. It's Worrell one-on-one with Ankeny. Spins baseline. Indiana Wesleyan crew wanted a hook on the offensive foul. None was called. And they're going to get a reach in on Cleaver, I believe, trying to poke it away from behind. It is on Griffin, his third.
That's his third personal, 8th team foul.
Both teams now with 8 team fouls, so we'll be 1-1 for one more whistle and then double bonus the rest of the way. Circus knocks down the free throw. And just rattles out. And we're going to get a foul on the offensive rebound attempt. The foul goes against Matthew Bolt. That's his fourth.
That was his fourth personal, 9th team foul.
And we'll see Knutson back in for the Vikings with his 4 fouls. Bontrager knocks down the front end of the 1-and-1. Point game now. Strand brings it across, tries to go right inside to Knutson, fresh off the bench. Couldn't handle a low bounce pass that time. Wildcats get the turnover. Andrews thought about a 3, turned it down, and then take it anyway. Took a more contested one the second time around. And we've got a loose ball foul that's going to go against Bontrager. His third personal, and both teams with 9 personal fouls now. And Knutson gets the foul shot to go, his first point of the ball game. Again, he hasn't spent a lot of time on the floor due to that foul trouble. Cleaver, another defensive rebound on the missed free throw this time. Don't have the stats in front of me, but he may be in double figures rebounding it. The 6'3" guard. Trying to go high-low. Bontrager, post catch, was out of control and somehow got the circus shot to go down. Knutson pulled the chair out from under him, and Bontrager just flipped it up over his head, and it still went in. When it's your night, it's your night. He's got 23 big points. A 13-point lead now for the Wildcats. Brown got his hand on that pass, but Grandview kept possession. Strand crosses over, spins. Wild shot, throws it up off the glass, not there. Offensive rebound and put back from Knutson. Vikings will not go away. They've been tough all night. Brown, no look pass into the corner. 3-ball, Ankeny off the mark. Here come the Vikings. They've got a 2-on-1 break. Robertson stops at the 3 line, finds Strand, and Strand maybe thought he turned it over. I guess no, he didn't, but it's stolen away on the post entry anyway. A heck of a play defensively by Isaac Andrews. 6:20 to play. Cleaver got into the paint, had it poked away, but he was fouled. And Griffin Cleaver going to go to the line for 2 as both teams in the double bonus for the remainder.
That's his first 10th team foul. Griffin Cleaver at the line shooting 2.
Griffin knocks down the first. Cleaver 2 for 2 at the line, his first points here in the ballgame, and it extends the Indiana Wesleyan lead out to 13. Foster goes drive and kick, 3 on the way from the corner, no good, and that's going to foul Joe Knutson out of the ballgame. Griffin Cleaver would have had yet another defensive rebound, but instead he's going to go back to the free throw line for 2 more as Knutson fouled him on the rebound attempt. Tell you what, I feel for Joe Knutson. The kid plays so hard and has just, I'm not even saying they're bad calls, has just had a rough whistle. Had the task of dealing with some serious size and athleticism inside from Indiana Wesleyan, and then also just hustle plays going for rebounds, and has had his night cut short. Cleaver goes 2 for 2 at the line once again, so 4 straight points now for him, and the Wildcat lead continues to push out to just about uncatchable territory as we approach 5 minutes to go in the game. Young, backdoor, pretty reverse layup. That's a nice finish from Jackson Young. And quick timeout by Coach Schaefer. It's a 67-54 lead for the Wildcats. 5:43 to go in the ballgame. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. DJ Moore running the point guard duties for Indiana Wesleyan. They're going to run a little bit of clock here before you'd expect a post touch. Nope. Isolation. Moore drives in, right hand, and a lot of contact at the rim. No whistle. Young and Moore collided inside. Indiana Wesleyan bench and Coach Sonable can't believe there's no call there. I think Jackson Young might be bleeding. He got hit in the face on the drive. Officials were giving DJ Moore an explanation there, saying thought that the contact was made, but the defender went up vertical. So no foul on the shot attempt, and it's a timeout on the floor. It'll be Grandview basketball when we come back. 5:23 to go in the ballgame. 67-54 lead Indiana Wesleyan. Gavin Strand to inbound on the sideline out of bounds. 5:23 to go in the game. Grandview trailing by 13. Strand has it again now left side. Swings it out top to Green. Isolated side pick and roll. Now back to Green, back to Strand. 5 on the shot clock. Green has to take a deep 3 way downtown. That ball did not hit the rim, so the shot clock was not going to reset, and Jonah Leifker had to go right back up with it after the offensive rebound, and he was fouled. Works out for Grandview. The foul's going to be on DeJuan Pruitt.
That's his third personal. 10th team.
His third personal.
Jonah Leifker at the line, shooting 2.
Leifker gets the first to go. Got them both. DJ Moore in transition. Defender hits the deck. He dropped one off inside for Pruitt, and Pruitt had his shot blocked out of bounds. Indiana Wesleyan keeps possession in the dead corner. It'll be DJ Moore to inbound it. Going to get it back to Moore on a dribble handoff. DJ probes. He's so good off the bounce. Strong guard. Gets inside. Kicks to Brown. Luke Brown. A pull-up jumper rattles out. Cleaver battles for the offensive rebound. Steals an extra possession for Indiana Wesleyan. Marcus Ankeny. 3-ball from the opposite wing. That could have been a dagger. It didn't go. 11-point ball game. Grandview in transition now. Going to go cross screen inside. That's an offensive foul. Yeah. They're going to get Aiden Foster for the push off. Put 2 hands on Marcus Ankeny, who draws the offensive foul. That'll be the 4th personal on Foster. And we will not shoot free throws just due to the nature of the offensive foul. But it is double bonus for both groups the rest of the way. Griffin Cleaver will bring it across the timeline. 4:17 to go in the game. Kicks back out to Moore. Starting lineup on the floor for Indiana Wesleyan now. They got Brown off of a screen. Pull-up jumper all alone from 15 feet. Rattles out, but an offensive rebound by Pruitt. Finds Cleaver on the baseline. And Griffin would have had an easy deuce on the feed from Pruitt, but Pruitt was fouled on the pass. So DeJuan will head to the line for 2 shots. Pruitt connects on the first free throw attempt. He's in double figures now with 10. And he got them both. 69-56 your score, 4 minutes to go in the game. We did not see a lot of Gavin Strand in the first half. He's played a lot of minutes down the stretch now for Grandview at the point guard spot. Might be due to Jackson Young's injury. I don't see Young on the bench at all. Aiden Foster knocks down a shot. He's got 14, leads back down to 10. Pruitt with the baseline slam. That is a highlight for Indiana Wesleyan. Give the assist to DJ Moore. The and-one dunk and the foul. Pruitt back to the line for one more after a nasty finish with the left hand. That's one way to put an exclamation point on this one. The and-one dunk from DeJuan Pruitt off the feed from DJ Moore. You gotta hope that Jackson Young is okay. He had that collision with Moore and was grabbing at his mouth, maybe had like a bloody lip, but I don't see him on the bench at all. It's gonna be a turnover as Foster lost his footing. subs in for the Vikings. Luke Brown running the show now for the Vikings, or the Wildcats, excuse me. Empty side pick and roll. Cleaver, skip pass. Brown all alone in the corner. 3-ball, corner pocket. Luke Brown off the feed from Griffin Cleaver. Brown's now got 14, and that lead extends out to 16 now for Indiana Wesleyan. I mean, this team just wears you down. I have been impressed with the fight from the Vikings. They will not go away, but the team just so solid. And DeJuan Pruitt is down. There was a collision at the rim that time. And Pruitt went for the block shot, went down hard. I thought he might have hit his head, but it looks like he's grabbing at that right leg. I'm not sure if he came down on a foot and it's an ankle, but DeJuan Pruitt appears to be in a lot of pain. Hopefully he's okay. We'll have him tended to by the training staff, and we'll be back after the injury timeout. It's a 75-61 lead, Indiana Wesleyan. We certainly don't want to speculate at the injury, but DeJuan Pruitt in some obvious pain and was not able to put any weight on that right leg. So I guess thankfully not a head injury, but you don't want to speculate if it's a knee or an ankle. He's being tended to by the Pioneer training staff and was helped off by a couple of teammates. So 14-point game with 2:45 to go now, and Wildcats short-handed one starter, at least for the time being. Grandview showing zone. First time we've seen that coming out of the timeout. Cleaver, shot fakes, gets into the paint, drops it off for Bontrager, who missed the layup at the rim. Might have been partially blocked. And Grandview does come up with a stop. So heads up play from the Vikings, and Coach Schaefer coming out of the timeout showing zone, throwing a little wrinkle, and they get the stop that they desperately need. Trailing by 14 with under 2.5 to go. Grandview still going inside. Jump hook rattles around and goes down from Matthew Bolt. To that strong hand jump hook. Kicked out, 3 on the way. Griffin, Cleaver, and just can't find the range from downtown tonight. All 4 of his points have come from the free throw line, and he's been so good in literally every other aspect of the game. It's a guy you just can't take off the floor. Coach Tonigal trusts him. Does everything right defensively, has a bunch of rebounds, runs the offense, but hadn't hit shots tonight. As the Vikings are going to go back to the free throw line. Foul's going to be on Bontrager. Cademan picks up his 4th personal. He's got 23 points, leads all scorers. But it's going to send Matthew Bolt to the free throw line with a chance to make this a 10-point game if he can knock down both. he does just that. So a 10-point game with 1:46 to play. Timeout Grandview. And we'll take a quick break with them. Stick around in between games for the presentation of the Jeff Uphouse Memorial Scholarship. The conclusion of this one. And it is a Wildcat lead with 1:46 to play. Cleaver and Moore, the guards in the backcourt now for Indiana Wesleyan. Vikings show zone once again. Just got to stop in the 2-3 zone, a possession to go. Indiana Wesleyan content to run 30 seconds off the shot clock, and why not with a 10-point lead. Vikings may match up late clock here. We'll see. They stay zone. Lob play. Bontrager looking for the alley-oop. It was poked away and eventually stolen by the Vikings. Come up with the stop they needed. Indiana Wesleyan was ready for the zone that time, had a lob set, just couldn't connect. Worrell probing, good defense from Cleaver, cuts him off, can't go inside. Circus puts it on the deck, step back jumper from 15 feet, got it to go. It's an 8-point game now. Fake Circus knocks down the 15-foot jumper. He's got 8 points, and it's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here. Coach Dennis Schaefer is going to be thrilled with the fight he's seen from his team this weekend. Coming off of an overtime win last night against Missouri Baptist right here in this building. Come right back, 24-hour turnaround time. Not a lot of prep for the number 3 ranked team in the country. And have had chances to fold and have done the exact opposite. They have stayed in the fight, down their starting point guard, down their starting big man in Knutson, who's fouled out. Doesn't matter. Next guy up, and they've battled. 8-point game, absolutely nothing to be ashamed of, even if the outcome doesn't go their way against a really good Indiana Wesleyan team. Vikings show full court press now. Brown breaks it easily, a little token pressure. They're still trying to get stops, have not committed to fouling just yet. Brown still dribbling out near midcourt. Now here comes a high ball screen, gets a switch. Brown crossover into the paint, fouled, and it's going to be on the floor no matter. It's going to be a 2-shot foul either way. The foul's on Circus, his 4th. Luke Brown will be at the line with a chance to extend the lead back out to double figures.
Luke Brown at the line, shooting 2.
Pure on the first. Brown, 2 for 2. 16 points now for Luke Brown as he'll exit. .30 seconds to play in the ball game now. Shot clock will be off following this possession. Spinning in the lane and scoring is Patrick Worrell. 8-point game once again, just 25 seconds to go. Full court press comes. Cleaver and DJ Moore able to break. And Grandview not committing to foul, may show trap. Wildcats do not have to shoot the ball. And they'll shoot it from there. The dunk goes in from Cademan Bontrager off the nice pass from DJ Moore, and that should be the last possession of the game for the Wildcats. Ball's stripped away from Circus, and that'll do it. It's a 79-69 win. Indiana Wesleyan moves to 5-0 on the year. Grandview drops to 2-2. And they'll conclude their time here in Olathe on the campus of Mid-America Nazarene University. Appreciate the participants in the Jeff Uphouse Memorial Classic. And please stick around for not only game number 2 tonight between your hosts, the Pioneers, and the visiting Missouri Baptist Spartans, but also the presentation of the Jeff Uphouse Memorial Scholarship Awards. Thank you for tuning in on MNUsports.com and MNU Sports on YouTube.